I have been in solitary for 5.5 years. And you don't know, Mr. Nabal, what is to be alone 24 hours a day. It is not true what Secretary Enrile said that I am free to roam around here. That's not true. I am brought out 1 hour a day to exercise, and I am brought back to my room and I am locked up. For the last 5.5 years, I've been locked up alone in my room.
Halos natigil ang trapiko sa Kamaynilaan. Lahat ng tao ay nanood kay Ninoy sa TV.
You are a candidate of the Lakas ng Bayan.
Yes.
And according to former Senator Rojas, you're not supposed to run, and they might, well, not impeach you, but take you out of the party.
I am very glad that you finally brought the needed commercial because I was afraid, you know, I will miss this chance.
So you got 1 hour and 30 minutes.
No, I would like to say that I was the one who originally proposed the national boycott, in fairness to to Senator Rojas and Salonga. That Friday morning at the Batas and Bayan, when they were meeting, and Governor San Luis of Laguna proposed black voting, I was so stunned that when Jovi visited me at noon, I said, Jovi, please issue a joint statement in our name, asking and urging our people for a national boycott. Because this is just too much. The government already has all the forces in its command. They have the entire machinery of politics which we do not have. Eh ngayon kako, bulok voting pa. Abi, mamamatay naman kako tayo dyan. Eh yung bulok voting na yun, isinuka na ng matandang lipunan. Eh palala mo naman sa atin ng bagong lipunan. Eh huwag naman kakong ganon. So this was the situation. Jovi took my word for it, and he reported to Jerry about my reaction, and they issued subsequently the press statement. Later on, I had to rethink. Eh, paano naman kako kung pwede makipag-usap sa bayan kung hindi na ako kakandidato rito? Eh, ako yun naman talagang kating-kating ng makipag-usap sa bayan.
Ang bayan ang talino ni Ninoy, matalas, malinaw, maningning, at ang paglalahad ng katwiran, maliwanag, matalab.
Why do you refuse to present evidence in the
Beautiful.
court?
You know, Mr. Marcos is the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. All of these generals are military officers. Mr. Marcos said I'm guilty by overwhelming evidence. He ordered me to jail for 5 years. If these officers will say I am innocent, it's just like saying Mr. Marcos is a liar. And they will never do that. All I ask Mr. Marcos is, send me before an impartial tribunal, not a military officer.
But you're prejudging all these military officers.
Napaso na ako eh. If you attend that doggone mission, we stand up, hindi ka pa nakakatayo eh, denied ng motion mo eh. Eh siyempre mga general yan eh. Eh pag nagalit si Apo sa kanila, eh di retirado na sila.
But sir, wouldn't you think that by making a statement such as that, you're really questioning the integrity of all these men?
No, it is the circumstance, Ronnie. Kamukha mo, empleyado ka ng NNPC, maataking ba si Marcos? Ba, hindi pwede.
No.
Ay, na nga.
I will not attack the president. I have no quarrel with him.
Na nga eh. Because you are also in the NNPC. You're employee.
Ninoy on TV was a revelation. Traffic in almost all of Metro Manila came to a dead stop as the citizenry stormed their TV sets to watch Ninoy. Bright, nimble, luminous. The wit was there, subtle, rollicking and pungent.
NPAs, do you subscribe to subscribe to subversion and overthrow of government by the NPA?
No, I do not. Firstly, Teddy, I would like to say very categorically. One, I am not a communist. I have never been a communist. I have never even been a member of a communist front organization. Never. And the court convicted me to die by firing squad without even establishing that fact of membership, let alone a ranking leader. Now, how was I convicted? A certain witness by the name of Simeon Del Rosario said, after reading my articles, after reading my speeches, he concluded, expert opinion daw niya, komunista si Aquino. That's how I got convicted. I don't know any of these leaders that they're showing here that are now on trial. Never
Pronounced by the...
of them. If you show them to me now,
Victor
I won't
Corpus,
show them.
sir. Nothing, never knew Victor Corpus.
I never saw him. I never saw this guy Nilo Tayag in my life. I don't know any of these personalities.
Is it true that Victor Corpus
Victor Corpus was there. I don't remember him at all. But my point is, if I were the president now, I would have taken advantage of the offer of the Communist Party of the Philippines to join the Batasan. You know, Teddy, very sincerely, I think, the president should consider legalizing the Communist Party of the Philippines so that they will be above ground. Give them an opportunity to discuss this openly, provided they disavow their aim to overthrow the government by force and violence. That's the only situation where I will not agree with them. But provided they are willing to abide by the rules of our political ballgame, the president should allow them to come in this parliamentary form. We have a communist party in France, a communist party in Italy, a communist party even in Japan. Why should we not allow these people? They go underground only because we're
Before the commercial,
Yes.
You categorically state you had nothing to do with the communists, you are not a member of the Communist Party, you're not a subversive.
Definitely. I stand by that.
What about the
at any
CIA,
time.
sir? Let's put this...
I am not a CIA agent, and I vehemently deny anyone who will claim that I am an agent.
But you worked with and not for them. You said that earlier. You worked with and not for them.
I worked with them when I was an agent and an officer of the government of the Philippines on instructions of the presidents of the Philippines, for which I was commended.
Were you ever a source for the CIA?
Beg pardon?
A source?
Never. Never. On
so-
that instance.
Since you didn't get the opportunity to make a defense in court, are you prepared to swear by everything you said?
Yes. Now, I think the monitoring was garbled. Maybe it should have been worked with the CIA. Now, if they told me that I said I worked with the CIA, I will admit that. I worked with this agency in 3 instances. Under instructions of my own president, as you very well know, I served 3 presidents of this republic. President Macapagal, President Garcia, and Magsaysay, spanning 12 years. I was a technical assistant of these presidents. And therefore, if the transmission was accurate, it should have been work with, but not work for. And therefore, I must emphatically deny that I am a CIA agent. You must remember that the Philippine government and the United States government have what we call an exchange of information agreement between 2 agencies. In other words, because the Philippines and the United States, or at least until I was arrested, I thought they were allies, we have an exchange program, an agreement, so that what information we might need, we can ask from CIA, and what CIA needs from the Philippines, they can ask from us. We are members of the CITO. We have a bilateral mutual defense agreement, and therefore allied agencies, intelligence agencies, exchange information. Now, Philippine agencies work with these agencies. But to say that they work for them and make them mercenary, that is a very, very great distinction.
Would you say, Mr. Aquino, that you had the...
Now, regarding the so-called links with the NPA, that is again a very broad term. Do I have contacts with them? I never denied that. When I was a senator of the Republic, I've always gone out of my way to get in touch with every NPA personality in my province who would like to see me, because I felt that as a senator of the Republic, I can only be effective if I will know what people are saying. I will be the most useless senator from Tarlac if I did not even know what was happening in my province. And I never denied this from the military, from the very start. But to say that I am a communist, as they have said I am a communist, in fact, they sentenced me to die by firing squad. Well, I think that is a terrible lie, because, one, in my entire trial, they were never able to come up with a single document making me a member of the Communist Party of the Philippines, let alone a member of a front organization. And yet, they convicted me to death as a ranking leader of the Communist Party. I tried to go to Red China. I wasn't even able to go to Red China in 1971. And Mr. Orly Mercado will testify to this. He had a crew
For the CIA?
Oh, definitely. I believe that Mr. Marcos is moving towards normalization, because from a situation where we had no parliament at all, we now have at least half a parliament, even though it's not all. You know, you cannot ask for everything. Because if you are Mr. Marcos, you are the dictator. Why should you even bother? Question number 1. Am I a CIA agent? Now, most emphatically, I deny that. And Secretary Enrile was quoting from certain documents allegedly monitored in my room when I was speaking to a colonel, when he said that I admitted I worked for the CIA. Now, I think the monitoring was garbled. Maybe it should have been worked with the CIA. Now, if they told me that I said I worked with the CIA, I will admit that. I worked with this agency in 3 instances. Under instructions of my own president, as you very well know, I served 3 presidents of this republic. President Macapagal, President Garcia, and President Magsaysay, spanning 12 years. I was a technical assistant of these presidents. And therefore, if the transmission was accurate, it should have been work with, but not work for.
which many Filipinos thought Aquino would win. Indeed, he's so highly respected, television cameras were taken to the military jail for him to address the people.
Please issue a joint statement in our name, asking and urging our people for national vote. Kandidato ito ako din naman talagang kaping-kaping naman ipag-usap sa
The television and the radio,
Yes, radio, on the television. What do you think of newspapers? Now, 1 hour a day to exercise. And they said, all right, provided you don't carry the name of the relevant party.
To probe alleged links between him and the American Central Intelligence Agency. He claimed the few links he did have were in the national interest.
Therefore, my case in this election, I merely wanted of the armed forces of the
No, outside of that.
outside of the...
Yes, I'm not saying that the intelligence organizations of the armed forces have links with that. I don't know, I'm just a layman.
If you're an American and you're a CIA, there is nothing.
Then he used the occasion to promote LABAN policies and criticize Marcos.
Very bad, and I never tolerate that. And we have a law, I think, it's a rule of law that prohibits anybody from becoming an agent of a foreign power. Pasasa, nagpayaman sa 5 taon. At diyan lamang nila pagbabatayan. Kung pipiliin nila yung mga nagpasasa, nagpayaman, at naging malalaking dambuhala sa 5 taong nakaraan, ay tatanggapin ko at mamatamisin kong masarap sa aking kalooban. Pero ang aking dasal lamang ay bigyan sana ako ng pagkakataon ng at kaming mga performance. Ako po ay nakahanda na sasagutin ko yung achievement na yan. Sapagkat ako ay naniniwala pagdating sa achievement na yan ay marami kaming masasabi. I would like to thank you, Ronnie, and the NMPC and President Marcos.